all your questions till the end, and we'll make sure we have plenty of time for those. All right, we'll get started.
Habrá una grabación, entonces si la gente no pudiera venir porque están en otras clases ahorita, habrá una grabación para ver mañana.
We'll do a quick introduction. I'm Miss Anderson.
I'm Miss Spillers.
Miss Hepler.
Miss McCowie.
If you need to take a quick photo of our contact information, feel free to do so.
Yeah, it is also on the website.
Sí, también está en el sitio web.
So our tardy bell schedule, or our bell schedule, doors open at 7:15. The first bell rings at 7:30. That's when kids come into our room and start working on morning work. They're not officially marked tardy till 7:40. So if they get here a little bit later and they need to grab breakfast, they'll come to our classroom to eat. And then the students are dismissed at 2:55. Fourth grade is dismissed almost at the very, very end of the day. So we are not the first ones out the door, hardly ever. So just keep that in mind as you're pulling into the pickup line. And then, if possible, we really appreciate when appointments can happen after school, just so that we can keep our kids in the routine and not have them miss anything.
Entonces la campana suena a las 7:40. Después de será tarde, tarde a la clase. Y nosotros nos vamos a las 2:55 al final del día. Entonces, si ustedes van a recoger a sus niños en carro, favor de venir hasta la última para no esperarse ahí mucho tiempo.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about our curriculum. So in math, our bulk of our time is spent problem solving, and I'll be talking a little bit more about that later. We will do short little mini lessons with our students, either before or after the problem solving, but we do spend most of our time in problem solving. That's what math is about. We're trying to teach real world life skills and problem solving strategies. Ms. Mazzillo has created a wonderful resource on our website. Please feel free to go there and see how we teach certain concepts. I was telling the families in my classroom earlier, it's not like when I went to school or when you went to school. We're teaching math a little bit differently. And so Ms. Mazzillo did an excellent job by showing what are some of the things that we're teaching and how we're teaching them.
They're just short little videos, like if you see your child using a strategy and you're like, I've never seen that. There's just like a 3 or 4 minute video explaining what they're doing.
Reading. For reading and for writing, we use our the workshop model, which basically is there's a mini lesson in the beginning. There's time to practice what they just learned in their mini lesson, and they're doing their independent reading. We also have them respond to their reading in their reading response journal, and typically those will be the grades that you will see on the home access, the reading response grade. This is also the time where teachers are pulling groups to the back of the table and doing some guided reading groups and some book club groups. Your child may not be with his or her teacher for reading in that small group, because we tend to flex those amongst all of us, because there's just so many levels that we're addressing. Really want to push that reading is the most important thing. So a lot of parents have asked about homework. You can have your student read every night. That will really get them prepared for middle school and beyond. Writing, same kind of workshop model. We do the mini lesson. Students go back to their tables, practice what they just learned. Teacher is conferring or meeting with individual students about their writing goals. We might be pulling a strategy group at the very end, or in the middle of the lesson, where we noticed, oh, well, I have 5 or 6 students that didn't understand how to use an adjective appropriately. Let me pull them to the back table and reteach that. So that's what's going on. And then there's time to share at the end. Might be partner sharing, might be whole group sharing. Let's see. Science. So we're doing a lot of hands-on inquiry-based science. Students will start off with some kind of a question that they're trying to answer. We've recently talked about life cycles, but we'll be doing magnets and electricity and adaptations, animal adaptations, and space, thank you. You will see that we're using their science notebook to write down observations and to make connections with what they're learning and what they're seeing. We also will be doing tests in science after every unit. And in social studies is Texas history from the very beginning to current day Texas history. So right now we're studying about native tribes in Texas that were in Texas. And we'll move on to World War II and then modern day Texas. With we do have a unit about government and voting and your rights, your responsibilities and rights as a citizen. And so, in 4th grade, you have 3 stars. So one is our reading star, we have a math star, and we have our writing star. Oh, I forgot to mention in writing, we also will be doing some grammar lessons, and that's an everyday occurrence, grammar and word study, which is spelling, vocabulary, kinds of things.
Bueno, entonces vamos a hablar del contenido en las matemáticas. Estamos resolviendo problemas real en el mundo. Y Ms. Spillers han puesto unos videos en el sitio web donde ustedes pueden ver las diferentes estrategias que estamos utilizando para resolverlos. En la lectura y la escritura estamos siguiendo el taller. El taller consiste en una lección ejemplar. Después van a practicar una práctica guiada y el trabajo independiente. Y durante el trabajo independiente de esos dos, la maestra va a trabajar con algunos grupos y a veces durante la lectura tu estudiante va a otra maestra porque tenemos grupos grandes de varios niveles de lectura para ayudarles mejor. En las ciencias siempre empezamos con una pregunta y después hacemos investigaciones y ellos tienen un diario para escribir sus observaciones de las ciencias. En estudios sociales estamos estudiando la historia de Texas. Ahorita empezamos con los tribus indígenas y al final vamos a estudiar la historia moderna. Habrá 3 exámenes de STAR, la de matemáticas, lectura y la de escritura. Okay, in math we do the problem of the day, and this is the problem solving that Ms. McCowie was talking about. They get a piece of paper with a question, and we don't want just the answer. We want to know what did they do, what was their thinking to get to that answer. So we're going to ask for a couple different things, like a KWC chart. What do they know? What do they want to know? And what are some of the rules that they have to keep in mind? We like to see them use highlighters. So they would highlight what the problem already tells them. They would highlight what the problem wants to know. And at the end, we want them to write how they solved the problem. First, I highlighted what I know. Then I used multiplication, I used division, I made a KWC chart. And finally, how did you get to your answer? You can also draw a picture, an image, because these are all real world problems. So it's something that they would hopefully encounter in their day-to-day life. Entonces, en español. En las matemáticas hacemos problemas del día y ese es donde ellos van a recibir una pregunta y yo no solo quiero ver la respuesta, yo quiero ver las estrategias que estamos utilizando. ¿Sí? Tienen que dibujar una tabla, tienen que dibujar una foto y al final tienen que escribir cómo llegaron a su respuesta, qué hicieron. Hicieron la multiplicación, cosas así.
Now for the breakdown of how we do grades. 4th grade, it's 70% of your classwork and daily grades, so that's the reading responses, that's the problem solving we're talking about. It's the grammar check-ins, it's when we take their science notebooks and see if they showed learning and what they know. So that's what you'll see weekly, and then our assessments will be at the end of each unit or quarterly for reading and writing, and those are 30% of their overall grade. We are asking that if your student is having issues with their grades, that you would have them come talk to us first, and that way we can make a plan with them before we're trying to teach that responsibility and self advocacy and responsibility. So just have them come to us, and we'll make a plan, and then you guys can step in as well. Any grade below 70 has the opportunity to be made up for a 70. And all grades are found on home access. So if you're not yet set up on home access, Miss Myrna in the office can take care of you so that you can see that weekly progress and how they're doing. And then if in the event that the child is missing work or a failing grade, we like to keep you guys updated by sending home a pink sheet and just have you guys sign it just so that you guys are aware, and that should be in their red folders.
Entonces las notas, vamos a tener diferentes notas. Ese es el trabajo diario que estamos haciendo y ese vale 70%. Los exámenes 30% y vamos a tener los exámenes de lectura y escritura cada cuarto y vamos a tener la de ciencias y estudios sociales al final de cada unidad. Ustedes tienen acceso a sus notas en Home Access. Y si no tienen acceso a Home Access, tienes que ver a la oficina y ellos te van a ayudar con eso. Si tu estudiante sacó 69 o menos, ellos tienen la oportunidad de mejorarlo y sacar 70. Y si tu hijo no tiene un trabajo o tiene que hacerlo de nuevo, van a ver una hoja rosada en su carpeta de tarea. Y entonces ustedes van a saber que ellos necesitan hacerlo. Pero nosotros queremos que los estudiantes vengan a hablar con nosotros primero, antes de ustedes, porque ellos tienen que aprender a ser responsables. Ahora, si no terminan su trabajo después de una semana, pueden mandarnos un correo electrónico para ver si ellos de verdad vinieron a hablar con nosotros.
Right, so homework, we don't take any sort of like weekly grade on homework, but these are some things that you might see get sent home. First and foremost, incomplete work. If we finish something or work on something in class and it's unfinished, we'll probably send that home to get completed. But then if your child's teacher sees that he or she needs some extra practice in a particular skill, they might send home some extra practice that would be really helpful towards mastering that skill. Above and beyond that, we really want students reading and practicing their reading strategies every night. If you didn't get a chance to, I brought some extras. There's a green sheet in the back that has some things that you can do with your child to help them with their reading. And like 90% of it is just talk to them about what they're reading. Read something with them. Read things in your everyday life. It's super critical, especially for middle school, high school, college. And then practicing multiplication, division facts, finding examples of everyday math in your life, just to get them comfortable and excited about using math every day as well. Pretty soon we're going to start sending home handwriting, meaning cursive, and potentially some word work that students can do each night as part of their homework expectations as well. And those should be coming home starting next week for the handwriting, and then soon after that we'll start using the word work and the phonics.
Entonces no habrá tarea todos los días, pero a veces si tu hijo no han cumplido algo en la clase, vamos a mandarlo a la casa. Si necesitan práctica extra, vamos a mandarlo a la casa. Pero cada noche es importante que están leyendo y están practicando la escritura, las matemáticas, y pronto nosotros vamos a mandar libritos a la casa para practicar la escritura de cursive, porque eso es nueva en cuarto grado.